I'm Al Ferguson, lead anchor at Queer News Tonight. Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network welcomes you to the 25th anniversary year of one of the world's most important LGBTQ plus cultural events, celebrating queer film. The Outshine Film Festival has its triumphant return to Fort Lauderdale from October 19th to 29th, 2023. This special program is going to explore the highlights and the best moments coming for the 15th anniversary of the Fort Lauderdale edition. To help us, we have brought together a dazzling array of talent. Let's welcome Jennifer Kriz. She has a long history of representing lesbians and queer women at the Outshine Film Festival and serves as the vice chair of the board for the festival. Let's welcome Bonnie Builder. Bonnie represents this unique brand of drag queen and then badass fitness instructor bodybuilder. She is an activist for the Black community, and her sharp eye, and more importantly, her sharp tongue, will give us a unique perspective of the Outshine Film Festival. Let's welcome Faye What? She represents lesbians and queer women and is a well-known television personality and the host of the Faye What Show, Mondays at 9 a.m. and then on demand on Roku, Apple TV, and all streaming platforms on the Happening Out Television Network. Let's welcome Dino Mascaro. He represents the Latino community and has vast film experience with the Outshine Film Festival, including the Outshine Miami Edition Selection Committee Chair. Let's also welcome John Hayden. He's the community editor and senior reporter at Out South Florida, and John's long career in network television has allowed him to interview countless movie and television stars. And finally, let's welcome Joe Balancio, literally one of the world's most well-known and respected LGBTQ plus film experts. As the Outshine Film Festival's program director, he has seen all 60 plus films in this year's festival. Wait, just a minute. I understand all 60 plus films but one. I can't wait to find out which one that was. The Outshine Film Festival celebrates Friday Night Lights with 4 films October 27th. Friday Night Lights will be celebrated at Outshine Film Festival for the final Friday night of the festival. 4 great LGBTQ plus films are ready to be enjoyed at the Gateway Theater. The first is Solo. It is presented from Canada. Simon, a young emerging drag queen in Montreal, is drawn into a passionate but complicated romance with Olivier, while simultaneously navigating a reunion with his estranged mother, Claire, whom he has not seen since she left Canada 15 years earlier. Simon has no choice but to realize that he deserves better. Touching, it's tender and funny. Solo teaches us all to be who we are. Another choice is Cora Bora. This film is from the USA. The film was warmly received at the South by Southwest Festival and is doing well in LGBTQ plus film festivals, including Outfest, Honolulu Rainbow, and Out on Film. Here's why it's doing so well. As Cora senses her open relationship is on the rocks, when the struggling musician and messy millennial goes home to Portland to win her girlfriend back, she realizes it's much more than her love life that needs salvaging. Cora Bora is a clever and genuinely touching twist on the classic rom-com. Another great choice is Opponent. It's presented from Sweden. A film festival favorite, the story is about an Iranian imam who lives with his family in Sweden in an ever-changing succession of refugee hostels. He resumes his career as a wrestler to increase his chances of obtaining residence permits for them all. As rumors spread, Iman's fear and desperation begin to take hold as he is confronted with why he had to flee. This psychological drama explores suppressed desires and his duty to his family. Alma Mula, which means, or subtitled, Carnal Sin. And really, doesn't a good dose of carnal sin do your soul good? Well, presented from Argentina, this is a unique horror film. Fleeing homophobic attacks, Nino moves to a rural house amidst a forest haunted by Alma Mula, a monster that takes those who commit carnal sins. I'm already in on this one. In a world of whispers, unspoken desires, and prayers, Nino's curiosity and impulses rise to the surface. So, Joe, tell us about these big films that are going to be part of Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, it's a great night. It's funny because I've seen all the films, yet I watch the trailers and I get all excited all over again. It's like I think that's a good sign of the films. My favorite is Opponent, and that's not just my sort of take on it, but it was just announced as Sweden's best international foreign film submission. So Sweden itself had said that this is one of our most fantastic films. And I love the way the gay angle sort of bubbles under the surface. He's a family man. You know he loves his family, yet there are these desires that he just can't squelch. And just the way it's presented and the quietness yet powerful aspects of the film are phenomenal. Cora Bora, what else can you say about Portland and a misgendered dog? I think that says a lot of it. Just it's I don't want to scare people by this comment, but it's very sort of Gen X and Gen Z. It sort of has that flair and the pizzazz, but it's certainly for everybody. And Carnal Sins, as you said, who doesn't love carnal sins? But it's sort of a metaphor for, is there really somebody out in the forest that's taking the children from the village, or is that sort of a metaphor for homosexuality and taking over and being pervasive in society? And it's just, again, very gripping in what it says as well as how it says it.
I ask everybody in terms of the horror genre, a monster lurking in the woods that gets you because you commit carnal sin. That is the scariest thing that could possibly happen to Wilton Drive.
Because that's where I commit all my carnal sins.
Right? It's like, that film is just beyond too scary.
Yes.
Is the monster Ron DeSantis?
Could be. This is so Latin American, this film from Argentina. And Argentina always send us good films. Yeah. But Alma Mula, to me, is kind of like what they tell you. And it's very prevalent in Latin America. They, because they want to shame you. And this is the Catholic Church.
Oh, this
basically,
is
the Catholic Church just putting it on you. You're going to hell because, you have the chupacabra is going to get you.
Era el cuco.
El cuco. Or la llorona.
Wait, I don't know that word.
No, el cuco. That's what basically is. It's like the boogeyman's going to come and get you. That is basically the Alma Mula is the boogeyman that's going to come get you because you're gay.
So the Argentinians in Latin culture have the monster. In Florida, we have Don't Say Gay. So it's really pretty much
we have
same thing.
Right,
pretty much, right? That's
any favorites here?
I love Cora Bora.
And
it is so funny. It's with Megan Stalter from Hacks. And it is so funny. Yes, it's Gen X and Gen Z, but I loved it. I'm Gen Z.
We are Gen X.
Let me adjust my glasses.
Yeah.
Stating her name.
He's the only Gen Z here.
It is so funny. It's such a funny movie.
Please tell me about this misgendered dog. What was it? The ball didn't drop? What happened?
No, nothing like that at all. Megan Stalter does a lot of different characters and has over her career, and they're always delusional. They always think that they had a plan, it didn't go there, but they just kind of live as if it did. And that is this character. It is a real trip. Margaret Cho's in it. She makes a cameo. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you, if you want to have just a good laugh, you will love Cora Bora.
That's on my list.
And there's a party afterwards. We're combining with another lesbian party.
Yeah. I will say the film Solo, I obviously have to gravitate towards a drag love story. Again, another unique story, not in regular cinema. Yep. Because when you dip into the queer pool, you get new stories. And this is incredible. it's hard to think of like a drag queen falling in love because they're all just horribly hideous, except for me. But like to see like a queen like humanized, unlike Tu Wong Fu, where they were in drag 24/7, and I'm telling you, that's not the case. I could barely survive being in drag 5 hours. But like to see a film like this where it's like in drag, out of drag, falling in love, real person, like on stage, in the streets, it's so relatable for a lot of us queer people who are like, oh, even at my most effeminate self, I could still like possibly find someone and get like that movie moment where like somebody falls for me, and it's incredible to see on the big screen.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
so
I'm
much
glad
fun.
you said that. Yeah, the humanist aspect of it, because it really is. It's, you know, I don't want to say warts and all, but you know, it's not all yippee skippy, and they do have their struggles. And yeah, but the family is so welcoming. The film won the best Canadian feature at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, and I fully think that this will be one of the hits. It opened theatrically in Canada, and I think it'll be one of the hits not only in Canada but elsewhere as well. It's just that
Excellent.
that dynamic.
So this
of a
might
film.
be a Firebird in the making.
Yeah.
that
It
is
might
coming.
be, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And I didn't hear a lot of what you said, Joe, because I was stuck on Yippee Skippy. So it sounds like it's going to be fun. Friday Night Lights, 4 films, October 27th on Friday night. You don't want to miss it.